Hello, everyone. Welcome to hashtag Burst TV, week 142. I'm Aaron Mack, and I'm here with my good friends who will introduce themselves, starting with Chrissy Marie. Chrissy Marie, you're on mute.
You've
Hey everyone, it's Chrissy Marie
enjoying.
from Cleveland, Ohio, and it's really great to be here.
All right. And Jasmine.
Hey guys, Jasmine with First TV. I'm really happy to be here.
Excellent. And Mr. Basic Complexity, Kevin himself.
Hey, this is Kevin, man, Philadelphia.
Oh,
Hey Kevin.
Hey,
hey, social media world, everybody. And let's get this show on the road. All right. So, first up, and it always takes a second to load this, but I cut it out in post. I do. But this few seconds to load. And then this is my dog and pony show. They say the proverbial dog and pony show. So our first topic is coming from Psychology Today, which is a magazine, of course. And the title of the article in the magazine is 4-Hour Relationship. And the question presented today, it's coming from a topic called Do Nice. And that's nice, N-I-C-E. Now, on the Tim Ferriss podcast, Netflix co-founder Mark Randolph explained that he started a Tuesday 5 p.m. date night tradition with his wife because, quote, I was not going to be one of those entrepreneurs who was on his sixth startup and his sixth wife. I'm sorry, that quote is it's very it's real. And the article goes on to explain that 4 hours every week should be set aside for your romantic relationships. Now, research shows that nice activities, N-I-C-E, are the most productive at strengthening romantic relationships. And NICE stands for new, interesting, challenging, and exciting. And even couples therapy can count toward those 4 hours that you need to dedicate to your relationship every week. Now, my questions are, at what point into a relationship should you look to start such traditions with your partner? Why? And what if they're reluctant? And also the second or the last part, what are some nice activities that you might do with your partner? And the order for this will be me, I'll go first, then Chrissy Marie, then Kevin, then Jasmine. All right. So to the first question, at what point should you look to start such a tradition with your partner and why? I want to say if they're the right partner, you can do it whenever, but that's kind of a gamble to the extent that it's like you never know, because some people, and this is why I ask these questions, because I don't have all the answers, but some people who might be potentially good prospects might take that as you rushing things. And I know for myself, Aaron Mack, I have a habit of very much rushing things. Now, I will say, I went to a guy I was dating actually joined me at my mental health counselor once, and that was helpful. We didn't work through it because I guess things just didn't work out, but we gave it the old try. And I appreciate that, and I value that in a partner. And he was gorgeous, of course. And it just unfortunately didn't happen. You know, still to this day, I have questions. Anyway, but yeah, if they're reluctant, I don't know. And why? Because I think it helps. I think it helps, and I feel at any time it can be good. Anyway, enough from me. Oh, and enough for me for the first part. And Chrissy, go ahead.
So at what point into a relationship should you looking to start such traditions to have romantic connections that are new, interesting, challenging, and exciting?
Yeah.
The point, in my opinion, and it's just my opinion, at the point at which you decide that this is the person that you want to do such things with. You know, you're not gonna want to do that with everyone in dating. Dating these days, especially now, it's really a weird type of interaction these days. It's weird. You know, it really isn't it shouldn't be complex in my mind. It shouldn't be complex to find someone who's willing to connect, doing something that they've never done before with you, doing something interesting that they've never done before with you, doing something challenging or exciting that they've never done with you. But that's hard to find because some people are so rigid and stuck in, their ways, and, stuck in traditionalism and, their conditioned way of thinking. So it's at the point where you decide, well, this is the person who's willing to be open and vulnerable enough with me, and that is accepting of me enough to be open and vulnerable. And that's not always a guarantee either. If they're reluctant, then definitely that's a dud. If they're reluctant, next, if they're reluctant, no, if you're not willing to do more than challenge physical connection, then go on ahead and do your casual things with people who are like that, because I want to push the buck, and I want somebody who wants to do that with me. So that's my answer.
All right, now you better tell them to the left. And next is Kevin.
Yeah, I would say I'm not one to try to rush things. I'll just let that go on. Just go on in general. And you could tell fairly fast if it's gonna work or not. If someone isn't willing to put in the relationship work with you, then there's really no reason to be with them.
I know that's right. Yeah. Okay. And Jasmine?
Yes. I'm with Chrissy. I think, yeah, I agree with her. That's kind of like, that's all I have to say for now.
Okay. And we'll use this last part and we'll go in the same order. What are some nice activities that you might do with your partner? Now, it was in a book that I read quite some time ago. And one of the activities that they named, which was coincidentally a nice activity, it wasn't branded as such though, but I was like, oh, that would be so cool to do with a partner. It was called like a trap room or something, and you and your partner have to find the answer to clues to get out of the room. And I was like, oh, that is so cool. That would be so cool, in my opinion. That's all I have to. That's the nice activity I think of right now. Chrissy.
Those are fun, and that's kind of like a scavenger hunt.
Oh, you've done that?
I've never experienced that with a partner. Never. And I'd like to. I'd like to do that. I'm a single woman, and the type of activities that I might do with a partner is something like that, or things that I've never done before. I've never been skydiving. Uh, I wouldn't bungee jump, but I would skydive. If that is, I don't know if that's weird or not, but I would skydive. I've never done that before. Definitely would do a scavenger hunt on a couple scene. Never done that with a partner. I would, oh,
No, no.
because I'm an artist. I like colors and stuff like that. I would like body paint and some under some black light with some amazing music, not necessarily rave, but some music that's upbeat, that's like dance music or whatever. I'd play practical jokes on people, strangers on the street with my partner, or each other, and just enjoy it. Just enjoy the laugh. I've never done that with a partner, so just in short, that's what I would do. Things like that, something to just kind of keep things spicy, keep things alive, keep things challenging. Like do like trivia games and stuff with a partner. That challenge the thought process, challenge the mindset, challenge that push the limits on traditional things, like not dinner in the movies, but maybe we can create our own type of improv or something. So with a partner, instead of just something traditional. I've never done that, and I would love to like push the limits there, do something challenging and exciting, that, or explore whatever my partner would like that they've never done, and just go for the gusto there, instead of just being so rigid and not open to that type of fun, that type of creativity. That's
Nice.
my answer.
All right, Kevin. What are some nice activities that you might do? New, interesting with your partner.
Actually, specific activities, I can't think of any, but I would say that, like me personally, I have a favorite, but I'm willing to work on that with them.
Oh, okay, cool.
Just something to, I guess, improve towards in the long run.
Nice. Well,
I want to do something like Wipeout or something. I'll do that with the partner and anything else, movies. But yeah, that's all I have.
okay. What's Wipeout?
You ain't hip. Wipeout. Oh, Google it, Aaron. Google it. You go on YouTube and find out what Wipeout is. Wipeout is it's lit. It's so much fun. It's like a bunch
Oh
of
yeah,
challenges. That's
yeah,
an 80s
something
baby
fun like
thing.
that.
I'm surprised. That's an 80s baby
I'm
thing.
not gonna do Fear Factor, but I'm gonna do Wipeout or something cool,
It's the same thing though.
or
Kind of.
Astroworld too,
Yeah.
but nothing scary.
Nice.
Yeah,
Check out
yeah, he
Wipeout
should.
though, Aaron. Oh, it's amazing. It's fun. It's definitely fun for real. Definitely new and
Yep.
exciting.
I'm extra
Yeah,
motivated.
you're gonna have a lot of fun.
You shamed my 80s baby knowledge by saying that I'm 80s baby. Kevin, you know Wipeout? He's a fellow 80s baby.
I have no idea what that is.
Well, see that it's 2 and 2. All right. Well, we'll have to Google it. All right. And next topic.
I think it may be 90s. Maybe.
Okay. Well, the next topic is coming from, and he goes by the name J Rock Lasker. And I will unmute and then restart the video.
Go to the bathroom real quick.
Wow, you need your phone to go to the bathroom?
No, I just like to look at videos and stuff while I'm in the bathroom.
Okay. Time for me to go. Red flags everywhere. What the? Yo, where you at? I left. I seen all that I needed to see. Too many red flags for me. Don't contact me again. Bye.
Go to the bathroom real quick.
Wow, you need your phone to go to the bathroom?
All right. So we're doing something a little fresh and new here. It's a new segment called On My Mind. And this is On My Mind Part 1. Okay, and maybe that's how we'll do it. I'll turn off the live. I'll turn off the live after this. So for On My Mind Part 1, and we'll do a different order, but On My Mind, I just asked 2 basic questions overall. And the 2 questions are, what's in your mind after hearing this? What's your reaction and why? And the second question is, share a life experience that you had that connects to this. And the order that, you know what, I will go first just because this is a new segment, but I'll go first, then Jasmine, then Kevin, then Chrissy. Oh, right. So and if we could all just make sure that we mute our mics when we're not speaking. And my answer to what's in your mind after hearing this, honestly, the first thing that I thought when I saw this video was, one, he's handsome, but two, that it felt so strange. Not strange, but it felt like something that I've experienced with somebody wanting to quit the chances of the relationship really early, because I was like, really? She sees that as a red flag? And it's like, I know for myself, I will take my phone into the bathroom too, and it just shows how people can perhaps misinterpret things. Like Kevin said a couple of weeks ago, you find what you're looking for, and if somebody's looking for you to be a liar and a cheater, you taking your phone into the bathroom can be proof enough. And what's an experience that you have that connects to this? I don't think that I've walked out. No, that's baloney. I definitely have, but not in a date. But there have been times that I've had interactions with somebody, and for X reason, I'm like, this needs to come to an end. And I blame Y reason for why it's coming to an end, or Z reason for why it's coming to an end. Even though it's because X, I don't want to say it's because of X, but I'll displace the thing. And that's bad. That's bad. And I don't do it often. I've certainly not done it in quite some time. Anyway, Kevin, I no.
Yeah, me, Crystal, and then Kevin.
I think it was
I'm
you,
gonna.
Kevin, and then Chrissy.
Yeah, I think you're right about that quote that you're quoting Kevin about that thing. That's a thing, and what you're saying, of course, it's a thing. But
Yeah.
what I was gonna say with me, I never had no kind of situations like I've always seen other people had. I just hadn't. I didn't have that kind of thing. Not that kind of like uh getting into it type thing, if any. I had okay, good relationships, but I never had no kind of at all like worry on either end, that type of thing. But I know I always heard that everywhere. And I think with that situation, like others, like some people, like anything else, like he probably like, I don't know like how to say it. Like I do, but I don't. Like I was thinking it out until it was time for me to go. But I think the situation is that like he like thought like maybe she was doing something that she probably was or wasn't doing, which can obviously be the thing in that situation, like any. And he probably like already was like a certain type of person, like he might like have a thing for like, you're doing this, you probably doing something wrong or something. Um, just things your experience, like that's what I'm thinking, because that's a true thing. Like it could be both at the one time, or it could just be, well, obviously it's both, but I'm saying it could be like mainly with the situation, him while she's doing that, like how he is with, oh, a person's taking it here, that kind of makes sense, Because I mean, I do that. A lot of people do that. Like I'm just saying, a lot of people do a lot of things that's not really like on some type suspicion or red flag thing, relationship, like anything else, not dealing with relationships. But it could be like that person they might mean bad too. And that could be very well be the case with certain things you do. That's all I have to say.
All right. And Kevin?
I would say situations like that, it's never the same. It's always different. But one thing I did learn when I was, I'll just say, a teenager from my former stepbrother was about making assumptions. And I remember he told me, think about the first 3 letters in assumptions, and that's what you end up making out of yourself.
Out of you and me. All right. All right. And was that it, Kevin?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
All right. And now, yeah, we'll do it in a second part. But Chrissy?
Okay, so I think that watching the video, I definitely understand the reaction because people are sneaky and people do whatever they do. And they're not, people aren't honest. They like, we've talked about on several episodes of Hashtag Verse TV that people show up with their representative and they just want to put their best foot forward instead of being authentic. And they just want you to like them or whatever. But if you do something, if someone does something that kind of triggers like that causes some type of post-traumatic stress. So if somebody does something that Penny, get down. If somebody does something that you don't like, that was kind of like, I don't know, that was a little bit dramatic because in real life and real relationships, if you really care about somebody and you're really interested in getting to know a person, and off the rip, you're like, oh, you're going in the bathroom with your phone. Maybe because I'm self-employed, I take my phone mostly everywhere because I'm a single parent of 4 and I'm self-employed. So I need to have my phone nearby. Not necessarily in the bathroom because it's not sanitary. And I'm pretty anal about cleanliness. But I think it was an over dramatization, the video, but I did understand the reason why a red flag was called there, because people be on some sneaky stuff. Like they just be sneaky. And that's just the truth. People have experienced that. And that is the reason why people are like, oh, everything is a red flag. But everything is not a red flag all the time. You have to get to know people first. You have to get to know who you're dealing with. Just because you're attracted to them physically or you're attracted to them on some level does not mean that they're right or wrong for you. You don't know them. You just got there, probably. So give it some time. One day at a time. Do you want to or do you not want to? You have to decide. You have to make a choice. So if somebody takes their phone into the bathroom and the last relationship you encountered took the phone into the bathroom because they were sneaky linking, then that maybe for that, for you, from the experiences that you had, trigger something that poses as a red flag, but it just may not be. Maybe they're setting an appointment for a job, or, they're doing something that's going to better their goals or better themselves, or, maybe they're planning a surprise for you two. You don't know. So you can't just say, oh, this is a red flag for me because I don't know, and you haven't let me in on it because you're taking your device into the bathroom that you pay the bill for.
Well,
So what are you doing? Take your time. Everybody wants everything right now. You don't even give it time. You don't even know. You didn't even give it an opportunity to have a discussion about that incident or whatever, that occurrence. People just be like, I'm just gonna decide it's not gonna work. Okay. Bye. Like, don't do that. You don't want that done to you, right? You want people to give you the benefit of the doubt and to believe who you are. Give people the opportunity to show you.
yeah.
That's right.
Like you said, those triggers are real.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
And as a person with PTSD complex, yes, they are so real.
Yeah. Now, technically, nobody, now I answered kind of, well, to the best of my ability, the second part of that question, but nobody else answered it at all. Does anybody have any personal experience with such a thing?
Experience is far as what?
Some, like I mentioned how for me, I've had times that I've cut relationships for reason X, even though it was reason, or cut it at reason X, but I cited reason Z or something, and I was like, oh, this is the reason it's got to come to an end. But really, it was a different reason, and that might be something going on with why she was like red flags everywhere because you did that, and I'm gonna blame that, but it was a, what's the word, culmination of things. So, but I'm just blaming that.
Yeah, I would say that with me personally, and this being years ago, I started to realize my personal issue is that I'm way, way too trusting. And I was in a situation like at an ex who was acting kind of funny. And I said, all right, I'm not going to accuse him of cheating because I don't have proof. Even though I had a really strong gut feeling he was. And I later turned out I was right.
The gut can tell us sometimes. All right. Chrissy, Jasmine.
The gut will tell us every time. And Kevin, I'm sorry you went through that. That's horrible to go through.
No, I don't. Sorry. Sorry, Kev. On you. So,
Yeah.
Would you like to go first, Jasmine? Because I have something to say. But if you have something to
no,
say, you can go first.
you can finish. I'm good.
So, a life experience that I've had that connects to this. I've had several life experiences that connects to this. But a most recent life experiences is I gave someone that was interested in me access to my whole self. I gave them access to everything, and I told them everything. And I laid back and watched what they would do with that. access. And what they did was abused it and used it to abuse me, to torment me. And that told me all I needed to know about that person. So it wasn't hard to make a decision about a future. There is none. There is none. You abuse your privilege instead of like coming to me as an adult when I told you who I am, when I told you my aspirations, when I told you everything I like and dislike and everything, and you didn't hear me the first time. And as a heterosexual woman, the men that I encounter, they want to be heard the first time they say something. But so do we. So do I. So if you didn't hear me the first time and I gave you complete access to all of me and you abused the privilege and you turn it around on me to hurt me, to demean, to diminish, to belittle, then you showed me who you are and I believe you. Period. The first time. Whether I give you a second chance or not, or say, hey, all right, I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt here. Because you begged and pleaded or whatnot. You put on a horse and pony show, right? So that you can stay in my good graces. When I told you who I am, because I'm quite aware. I spend more time with me than anyone else. And I said, this is who I am to you. And you took that. And you did what? Not build me up or anything of the sort, but you broke me down or tried to. You tried it. You tried it because people like that do. Then it is what it is.
Yes.
Honey child.
Honey child.
That's my answer.
All right. And that's perfect timing. And we will go into the next topic, which is, okay, so this is part 2 of our new and improved On My Mind segment. Well, it's new, so it has no point to improve from yet because it's new. But it's always better and better on Verse TV. So the quote, and it's coming from One Strong Woman, and you see that's the number 1 strong woman, and it says, a woman never gives up. She may need a good cry or a day in bed, but she will always come back stronger. And this is hashtag Verse TV, and we're all about finding the intersections and the intersectionality between different groups. So yes, the quote is quoting a strong woman, but stuff like this can apply in many people's situations. So we're all going to answer those same 2 questions. And what's in your mind after hearing this? What is your reaction? Why? And then for part 2, we'll share a life experience that you've had that connects to this. And I'll go first, then Chrissy Marie, then Jasmine, then Kevin. So for me, what's in your mind after hearing this, and what's your reaction? You can't give up. You just gotta keep going. You've got to keep trying. And you may, anyway, you may have a fall. proverbial and or literal. But just keep believing in you, keep pressing, take your time, relax if you need, get back up and come back stronger. Now that's my answer to part one of the question. Go ahead, Chrissy Marie.
So what's up in my mind after hearing that your relationship is not the biggest source of happiness and joy in you is absolutely true. Your relationships, your romantic relationship or relationships with other people is not your biggest source of happiness and joy. Your relationship with yourself is your biggest source of happiness and joy, in my opinion. It's just my opinion. It's not from things that I've read, but just what I know for myself. It's not the big source of joy and happiness. And oh geez, what happened? I need to minimize this. My reaction to this is just that you are your source of happiness, your accountability for self, your journey, your goals that you set for yourself, what you think of yourself, what you know of yourself. You should spend more time with you more than anyone else. I know that I spend more time with myself than anyone else. And it's not by default, it's by choice, because I need to know myself. I can't tell anybody else about who they are. I can only tell people about who I am if they want to listen. And I'm indifferent either way. I don't need for anyone to hear that for me to be happy. So my reaction to that is that you get to decide whether or not you're happy with who you are. And who you are is an evolution. You're gonna, it's called growth. You're gonna experience things in life that are gonna challenge you. You're gonna experience things in life that you're interested in, that you're curious about, that you just want to know about or whatever. You're gonna experience things in life that people in your closest circle, i.e. family and friends, that tell you you should or shouldn't do, that you want to know about for yourself, that you should go after. Because you want to know. And whatever you find out, whether it's something that you agree with or not, or like or don't, or whatever, you're happy that you found out, whatever the end result. Because our happiness is in our own hands. It's our responsibility. And that's my answer. So is the second part the second part of the question, or?
The second part is coming next.
It's separate. Okay, that's my answer.
All right, Jasmine.
I think
A strong woman never gives up.
Yeah, I think people, we give up, but you don't never give up if you're strong. I mean, no, but I mean you give up sometimes some things, but I agree. You strong and you never give up what you're trying to do. That's
Yeah.
all.
All right, and Kevin.
You
Oh, did you have more, Jasmine? Oh, you muted. Okay. Okay, cool.
Okay. As far as strong women in general, and this is really coming off of something I've seen throughout my life. First thing, one, women are strong, just that they're out there. But two, they're extremely strong when it comes to their kids, if they have kids.
Oh, okay. Now, also, you can apply it to yourself. I know it says woman, but it could also apply to, well, if that's your answer, that's your answer. Cool beans. So, the second part of this, share a life experience that you've had that connects to this. This being the quote, a strong woman never gives up. She may need a good cry or a day in bed, but she will always come back stronger. And of course, I'm switching woman for man because I classify myself as gender binary man, but not gender non-binary. But anyway, oh my gosh. But yeah, as far as my whole life experience with the multiple sclerosis thing, yeah, there are times that it'll give me a good something like a cry. I really have difficulty crying for myself personally. I don't know why, but it's just a thing. I don't cry or shed tears over my own personal struggles. I'll shed tears over somebody losing a goldfish in a movie, but for my own personal struggles, I don't cry. I'll feel emotional, but I don't cry. And yeah, as far as a day in bed, a proverbial day in bed, but I wouldn't want to do a literal day in bed. But coming back stronger, that's what I'm trying. I'm trying my best, always try my best. A woman never gives up. A man, an Aaron Mack, never gives up. I always try my best. Got to keep trying. And Chrissy, you're next. Oh, there's the timer. All right. Chrissy Marie.
So I just want to say before I answer this question, Aaron, that I know personally that you're a very proud person. And that's why, as you should be. And you're right. A woman never gives up. I recently had posted on Facebook about a young lady who committed suicide because she found motherhood to be hard. And I'm a single mother of 4. But I've had help. And I've had days where I've cried. I've stayed in bed for 2-3 days at a time because of depression, because of, conditions that were overwhelming for me. And that I've had to, each day after that, each day thereof and after, I've had to be real with myself. I've had to get up and face my responsibilities. We're strong. Not necessarily not just because we have to be, but it is also because we want to be. We want to show up. We were created for this. So it's just what it is, a life experience that we've had that connects to this, childbirth. I wanted to have children. I wanted to be a mother. I wanted that to create a legacy. I wanted to, walk in my essence and my divine as a woman. Before I knew it, it wasn't a decision. but it's something that I wanted because you know, who I am. You know, but at some point it does become a decision. You gotta decide that you're gonna put one foot in front of the other, no matter who you are, you know, and walk in your truth. So that's my answer in short.
Yeah, I'm with her. I like that story that she said. Yeah, and I feel like being on my own, I feel stronger because I grew up not really great and I always struggle. You know, yeah. I feel better, but sometimes with some things I don't feel good. So that's how I feel.
Okay, and Kevin, your personal experience with this quote? And you can
Um,
say woman to man or whatever. Yeah.
I personally, well, for one, just looking at my mom and my sisters, they're strong women. I give them that. Now, as far as myself being diagnosed with multiple sclerosis at 26, that was rough, but still, I realized I always have, for example, younger siblings, not siblings, but relatives that look up to me. So I can't quite give up.
Yes.
Not that I want to.
Yes. Right on, Kevin.
Yeah, so pretty much it's just like with this situation, I know what it is, and I just have to work with it, make it work, deal with it.
Hmm.
But I will not give up.
All right. So, everybody say goodbye to the live audience. Bye, live audience. We're turning off.